Hi everyone, it's Emily and this is day 11 of 100 Days of Vulnerability. So again today I'm going to talk about depression and anxiety. So what is depression and anxiety? Anxiety I would describe as you get it can be felt in many different ways, but you kind of get, or you can get symptoms like a tight chest, a lump in your throat, your whole body will tingle like with a sensation. You'll have a loss of breath. These are all symptoms. You don't have to have all of them at once. What else happens? I've actually videotaped myself having a panic attack because it's actually fascinating. I wouldn't show anybody, and it doesn't happen very often anymore. It used to happen every month. It has for forever of time, I would say, until I stopped drinking alcohol, eating differently, and going to the gym for an hour a day is the only way that I was able to heal my anxiety and depression without any medication, which is a natural way of healing. No medication. I truly do believe that most illnesses can be healed in other ways other than using medication. That is different for every single person and different for the situation. You have to get to know yourself before you can figure out what is going to cure and help you in a natural way. So back to anxiety. Anxiety is just overwhelming, just worrisome. You can walk around and everyone could think you're okay, but in your mind you could have been crazy anxiety where you're worrying, you're guilty about things, you feel bad about things, and it's just a constant worry. That's also anxiety. Panic attack or anxiety attack is where you can't keep it in anymore. It happens mostly, I would say, to people that are able to just keep all the feelings inside, of especially negative feelings like guilt, jealousy, anger. People that have anxiety or depression don't know how to express these feelings in a natural way. So they know if they express them in a way that is like anger comes out angry, or jealousy is just like if they were expressed in ways that a normal emotion would be expressed, people don't take very well to it. Now I'm able to say to people, that made me jealous, or I'm jealous that you get to do that, or, but not in a condescending or negative way, but a light bulb will go off in my head and say, oh, I'm jealous of that. That's because that's something I want myself. So how do I go get it? There's another way that you can go with anxiety or with jealousy is gossiping or talking bad about someone, and I know that that's wrong, so I don't talk bad about anybody. So in my situation and in many situations, you're either going to gossip, and you probably won't have anxiety unless you're worried it will get back to the person. That can create a lot of anxiety because it's just spewing poison everywhere when you gossip. So for me, it's like I would have recognized, hey, I'm jealous, I'm using jealous, or I'm angry, and instead of expressing it or telling the person, I would stuff it down inside until I can't. It's like your body can't take it anymore, and you just hyperventilate. So for me, it would be like crying or running away, because I can't always control my crying, especially if I let a million things pile up. Like, I'm angry about this, upset, I just pile it all down, and then it just comes out as just tears. And that is kind of what would happen with me with an anxiety attack. Is it was a situation, especially if I thought I was going to be put outside my comfort zone, and especially if I was going to be scared of a situation, like thinking about the women in business. I used to sneak up the back stairs and sit in the back row and hope they didn't say my name, because I would be so shy to even stand up and say, "Hi everyone, my name's Emily, and at the time I owned a landscaping business and I'm the owner of Garden of Whedon." I probably would have freaked out and started crying because I was so insecure still at that point. And it surprises me that I was even able to go do quotes at people's houses, because it was like overwhelming. I know I talked a lot about jealousy, but I actually don't get jealous that much. It could be anger or upset or just a frustration with not knowing how to express a feeling, or what's seen as a negative feeling. And I recognized a long time ago that I needed to do something about this. Unfortunately, it got to the point where I did have to go take medication because I waited way too long. And I'm going to tell you something, and if you have anxiety, I encourage you, and I will make more videos about anxiety, I encourage you to get help quickly, because what happens is anxiety turns into depression because you don't know how to handle your feelings or the world, or it's scary. Anxiety can feel like, I have friends that feel like they're having a heart attack, and people that have actually gone to the hospital thinking they're having a heart attack, but they're having anxiety. That's not what it feels like for every single person. It could be a fluttering of your heart, a lump in your throat, what else? Just your skin could tingle, and it's just overwhelming. And it's like there's something called fight or flight. So if you have anxiety, what happens if it bottles up, you're going to fight. And that means a lot of people, if you see people like fly off the handle and get really angry, they have anxiety, and it came out and lashed out as fight, anger. If people have anxiety, there's also flight. I was a flight. I would run away. I have been known in the past, to tell you the honest truth, at least once a year, I would just lose my shit, like my temper, because I honestly, and I still do it, but I know how to control my feelings now and express them. So I haven't got angry in a really, really long time, but that would be the fight, because it just bottles up and you just push it all down and you're just like, rah, just get like so angry because you should have dealt with all these little things along the way, but no, you didn't, because you push it down because you don't know how to deal with it, and it creates more anxiety, which will eventually turn into depression. And you don't want to go there, because depression is sad and it's like lifeless, and your body doesn't feel anything, and you're just unmotivated. And honestly, there's points in my life where I have been unmotivated, but what I've done myself is take on addictions. So I have taken on before in the past drinking, but my biggest addiction that I've ever had is working. Highly addicted to working. I always have been, and in the last 2 years, I've found an amazing balance between work and relationships, mostly with my daughter and friends. And I won't lie, I don't have the best love life in the whole world, because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. If you know anything about my family, I didn't grow up in like a very, well, that's not true. I had a couple secure family situations, but it wasn't secure as a whole. So I don't know if I really ever learned how to be in a relationship or even what to do. So